He was wandering in the wilderness. For 20 years, no direction. For 20 years, he has not been able to define. He has not been able to define where God is taking him to. He has not been able to define the land that God has prepared for him. Because he made a choice to drag an extra baggage. I don't know who I'm talking to. And at the end of it, the next time that God appeared was when God said, Abraham, for me to make you great, separate thyself from Lot. I'm still talking to you. And Abraham separated himself from Lot. After separation from Lot, you can imagine. Somebody you brought, one man often told me a story. When he was saying that story, I remember the story of Abraham and Lot. He said he brought in a certain boy. The boy begged him, the guy begged him to stay with him and squat with him. And they began to stay together. At the time, this boy's life was becoming unbearable. He used to steal. He used to do a lot of things. And he now asked him to leave his house. Now, when he was leaving, he now told the boy, take anything that you want to take from the house and leave. He said, do you know? The boy took my television, took my DVD, took my bed, took my phone. That what he left was only rock. I said, and you allowed him to say, all I wanted was for him to go. That was exactly the life of Lot and Abraham. When Abraham told Lot, choose whatever thing you want, every part you want. Could you imagine a man that brought you out, a man that housed you? All Lot did was to take the green part of the land. The Bible said, and he left dry wells for Abraham. In a matter of choice, when you're dragging your extra luggage or baggage, ask yourself, where is this extra baggage taking me to? Praise God. Praise God. Steps to take when you're making your choice. If you're right and right, I want to rush. Steps to take when you're making a choice. Number one, for you to succeed in taking a right choice, there are people you must shut out of your life. There are people you must shut out of your life. Relationship does three things. It either take from you, destroy you, or reduce you. Either make you, destroy you, or increase you, or reduce you. Any relationship that doesn't have definition is not worth keeping. Am I talking to somebody? Do you hear what I say now? Any relationship you are keeping that doesn't have a definition, just like young girls, a man will come to you, and you people has been friends, sleeping, committing fornication for 2-3 years without defining that relationship. Each time you ask the guy, where is this our relationship taking us to? He said, don't worry, God will say. That relationship is not worth keeping. Do I talk to you now? For you to make a right choice of your life, there are people you must shut out. Touch your neighbor, say, there are people you must shut out of your life. It doesn't matter how offensive it might look. But because you have a place you are going to, you must shut them out. Number one, people you must shut out, compromisers. Number two, people you must shut out, complainants. There are people that every day of their life, you meet them. Meet them in the morning, they are complaining of one thing or the other. Meet them in the afternoon, they are complaining of one thing or the other. Meet them in the evening, they are complaining of one thing or the other. It is contagious. Talking to you? Am I talking to you? Touch your neighbor and say, it is contagious. It can affect you. Because a relationship that anytime you see the person is always complaining, looking for pity. God forbid. May I never attract pity in my life. I will attract celebration. Am I talking to somebody? I don't want anybody to pity me. But I want people to lift up their hands and say, oh, thank God for your life. Praise God. Praise Praise God. Compromisers. Somebody had a friend for 8 years. She didn't know that that friend smokes. When he come before her, he cleans his mouth and put tongue. Until after 8 years, she discovered that she has been staying with a smoker. Compromisers. Shut them out. People that when they come before you, they do another thing. Behind you, they do another thing. Before you, they say another thing. Behind you, they say another thing. Shut them out. They have nothing to offer to you. If you want to make a good decision. Another third party is fault finders. Somebody said fault finders. Everything you do, they must find fault. Shut them out. Even if you are working with the devil,